Talita van Ochterop, founder of The Next Closet. Welcome here at EMERCE Scale-up Cafe. You had some news to share with us.
Yes, I have. We launched this summer in Belgium, so that's our big expansion to the other countries.
Okay, great. So how's it going at the moment with The Next Closet?
Very well, I must say. We were growing quarter over quarter. Last year, 300%, and this year, I think we're going to achieve that again. So exciting growth numbers to share.
So you're truly a scale-up. So in 3 sentences, how would you explain The Next Closet to your grandmother?
I say it's a sustainable marketplace for second-hand designer clothes. So it's very easy to sell your items you no longer wear online, and on the other hand, you can shop beautiful designer items for a sharp price because they're second-hand.
So how does that work monetarily? Where do you make your money?
We take a commission on each successful sale. So it's completely free to upload your items online, and then whenever you sell it with us, you as a seller get 80% commission.
Okay. So the seller gets 80% commission, so that means that you get 20%, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So if you look at marketplace models, like every marketplace investor always wants to take, well, preferably 25, 30, maybe even a 40% cut, or wants the marketplace to do that. So wouldn't you say that 20% is a little bit too low, or is that industry standard?
We deliberately chose that margin. I know a few competitors that are focusing on high volume, low margins that ask 5%. I have a few competitors that are even more high end with their brands, and they ask 50% margins.
Which sounds ridiculous, right?
If you look at the regular second-hand consignment stores, the physical ones, they always ask around 50 to 60%. So what we have decided to do when we founded 5 years ago, that we have 2 different selling services. One is where we do all the work. So you can give your item to us for free. We photograph, store it, describe it, ship it. Then we ask around 40 and the seller gets 60. But if you do it all yourself, it's also called the do-it-yourself service. We ask 20 and you get 80. Okay.
So that sounds fair enough. You mentioned some competitors. So this is a very interesting landscape, you know, the second-hand clothing market.
Yes.
So Vinted, which is from Lithuania, I believe, raised somewhere roughly around 119 million euros. There's another competitor in the Netherlands, United Wardrobe, which raised 1 million. How much did you raise up until date?
2.5 million.
So 2.5 million. So is that enough in your war chest to battle this very competitive landscape? And who are your other competitors?
I hope so. I think for our focus now, which is becoming the biggest in the Benelux, in the niche high-end designer clothes, yes. If we want to win this war in Europe and expand to other countries, I would say we need to raise more. So that is a choice to make. Is the Benelux enough, or do we want, or do we need to go bigger? I always like to think big, so most probably that will happen. Was that your question?
That was my question.
Okay.
So, if you look beyond Europe, what kind of other competitors do you have? I know there was one second-hand marketplace that failed miserably in the US, if I believe correctly. How's the landscape look like now?
In the US, there are a lot also failed. I also know a few already in Holland, but also in Germany that came and fell. The Real is very big in the US. Tradesy. And then in France you have Vestiaire, you have in Germany Rebel. But everybody has a bit of a different approach. So
what's your different approach?
We have the best margins within the high-end space, and the parcels don't go through our head office, so we can
drop shipping.
No, we can get the items way quicker to your house. Because we believe that if you have a review system in place, it is already safe to sell to each other.
Yeah, so you're a genuine peer-to-peer marketplace.
Exactly. Also we have a KYC check, so people have to upload their passports.
What's a KYC check?
That is, as a seller, when you sell successfully, you have to identify yourself with a passport. That is because we have a certain payment provider, especially for marketplaces.
Mango Pay.
Exactly. So what we say is, if for whatever reason something came to your door and it is fake, you can get your money back.
Right.
And with a regular eBay or marketplace, you don't have that safety check, and that's what makes us different from a regular eBay marketplace. And we think that is enough safety already, and it's way more scalable and faster.
Yeah, you see that happening with a lot of other marketplaces in the Netherlands as well, right? For gadgets, true. Why are Dutch marketplaces always so keen on safety? How come?
Interesting question. I would like to know the answer. I think whenever you talk
maybe that's the answer.
Luxury,
that's normal for us, right?
For us it's normal. And then when you talk luxury, you want to make sure that what you buy is real, and that your money is well spent, and you don't like to take risk. And also in the luxury market, there are a lot of fakes. You need to take that doubt or fear away if you want to be successful.
Yeah. So we were just discussing here. We have 25 scale-ups in the house. You're the only female founder.
Yeah.
This is always a bit of a peculiar thing in a Dutch startup ecosystem or in any ecosystem. You know, people always say female founders are hard to find. But do you also notice that when you're raising funding, you know, there's a lot of ambiguity towards male founders? How did you overcome that hurdle?
I think I had the luck with my angel investors. Very smart people. I didn't even go to the VCs. But yeah, I must say I do experience this, that when I talk to VC, I just get different kind of questions about growth or about valuations.
What do you mean different kind of questions?
Well, one particular one is how do you combine mothership with being an entrepreneur? My husband is an entrepreneur. He never gets that question. How do you combine fatherhood with being an entrepreneur? So yeah, that for me, I'm like, why do I get this question? This doesn't make any sense.
And it's a weird thing too. So does that make you feel uncomfortable, or
no,
what is it?
No. I'm just doing what I do, and I like what I do, and I mean, the other entrepreneurs are nice here. I do get a lot of power from my other female founder.
You said you had an app group?
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group, and there are
oh my God.
Smart tech founders in there, and then we can share notes on all kinds of stuff, from wages for your employees to funding strategies. And then we can laugh a little bit, like, oh, were you also the only female in the room? Or that obviously is fun.
So next time when somebody's organizing an event, they should reach out to you, and you can find out a good speaker and a panelist from that app group, like immediately, right? So we can solve that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we also have cartel, like we benchmark with each other. What do you ask when you have to speak somewhere? Okay, let's all ask the same. So that's
okay. I'm not so sure if I, as an event organizer, I'm happy with that one, but that's a good one. Good point. So to conclude, where are you taking the next closet next?
For now, focusing on the Benelux and becoming the biggest, and probably expand to other countries.
What would be next? Like UK, Nordics? Where is the blue ocean?
I believe in cities, not in countries, and we have a few cities on our radar that have high e-commerce density, luxury there, and not big competitors like in France and Germany. So we'd have to do something with that.
Yeah. So are you then talking about Milan, or are you talking about Stockholm?
Yeah, you will see.
I'm trying to wheel you in here. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's not going to work with you. Okay. Thank you so much for the interview.
Very welcome. Thank you.